golly gosh darn goodness gracious. Gummy bears grow a tree. Whenever my family cooks, all my clothes smell of food, and I don't like that. So I just put a bunch of perfume, even though I just showered, and it's just me in the house. So I mean, not just me, but like. Anyways, Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're going to continue the Fellowship of the Ring book, which I personally really like, and it's not boring. I don't know why people say it's boring. I've been reading it so far. Maybe it's just not boring because I've been streaming while I was reading. I don't know. So, yo, Queen! I had a feeling you'd be number one. How's it going? Hope you had a good day. Actually, your day just started, right? 17 hours ahead is 10 plus 5 is 3 p.m. Yeah, how I was right. Moonfletch, were you here before? And welcome to the stream. How's it going? So, before we begin reading, let me tell y'all about my day. So, I fixed this bike rack, like from Temu, and I put it all together by myself. Troubleshooted it using ChatGPT. I don't need no mans. I was like, oh, it'd be nice if my dad were smart and he could help me, and maybe I could ask him, maybe I could tell him. No, do not ever depend on a man's. Whatever they could do, you could do better. I said what I said. So I did it better, alright? I put it together, and I put the bike on it. I was like, oh, if only a man could lift the bike, put it on the rack. I did it by myself 4 times today. I put it in, I took it out, I put it back, I rode it, I put it back, and I came home, and I took it out. Yo, my muscles, it's gonna hurt tomorrow or something, I don't know. But I like to shower every other day, so tomorrow's a rest day. Yo, Tofu, alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bro, you're sexist again. Yeah, I have to drill it in every stream, in case you forget. So, that's just how things are going for me. And it was fun. I had fun riding my bike today. It was really hot. Like, the sun was beaming on my face. Even though it was the afternoon, it was literally almost maghrib time. But, yeah. The path was sketchy, though. Like, the trail itself had like a 88% rating. I was like, that's not really good. Normally you'd have like 100% likes or like, I don't know. But yeah, it was ghetto, definitely. You could tell homeless people walk that path a lot. But yeah, how was your guys' day? How are you, Moonfletch, Queen, Tofu, all the above, whoever's here lurking, 9 people watching. Do rated 80-pound squat now. Bruh, that's literally more than half my own body weight. Like, how do you actually know? Like, you could literally, if you're strong enough, like, you could literally like carry more than you weigh. But 80 pounds it would kill me, bro. I don't know. For somebody who doesn't have experience with that, definitely it's dangerous. My knee's okay, totally. Really? Are you being sarcastic? I don't know. Wait, what happened to your knee, though? Did you, like, rip your ligament or something? I tried. So you tried to do an 80-pound squat? Dang. That's insane. I can't imagine how that must have hurt. But I get it. Like, that makes sense why your knee, you know, don't do that. Okay, I'm gonna go bye. Bye, Queen. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. I know you're busy. So, yeah. We're gonna continue reading from where we stopped. What was that? Okay, I think we stopped probably in this first sentence because I don't remember finishing this paragraph. So, yeah, let's go. The ground was fairly level and there was little undergrowth, but the trees were too close for them to see far ahead. The leaves blew upwards in sudden gusts of wind and spots of rain began to fall from the overcast sky. Wait. I just gotta reply to your comment because I feel like I did write a reply, but it didn't go through. I swear I remember writing a reply. No, my MacBook is dead. Alright, fine. But the thing about MacBook is you don't have to wait for it to work once you put in the charger. I didn't see the reply yet. I forgot to tell. Whatever, forget it happened. Oh, too late. I already did all that with my laptop plugging it in. You know how hard it is to get a charger, even though it's like 5 inches away. The things we do to not get out of our seats. Would it be awkward to reply on the stream? So, Walaikum salam, thank you for apologizing during it. Even though I think you shouldn't be this much guilty, things happen, you know? I appreciate that you took the time to explain what you mean. And I don't think you intentionally trying to hurt me or laughing at my situation. Just wanted to explain why your response affected me so much. I approached you because I wanted someone to get this off my chest. I was honestly scared and didn't know what to do. My mom passed away recently, Allah yarhamu, as you know, and my sister was the person who always went to my mom when she had problems. Seeing my sister completely devastated after everything happened, especially when mom isn't here anymore, it was really hard for me. I look up to my sister a lot, like seriously a lot. So seeing someone I rely on for advice suddenly become the person who needed help made me feel completely helpless. Wait, let me put that on the screen. I reached out to you because I didn't want to tell people around me all my family's personal issues. I trusted you enough to think I could talk to someone outside of my immediate surroundings, someone older who I respect and who I thought might be able to give me some perspective on what I could do to help my sister. That's why hearing laughter and that's good before knowing what actually happened hurt me. But I don't blame you now because I think you're in a jolly mood that time and kind of went with the flow. My sister wasn't leaving an abusive or toxic husband. She loves him and she loves their child. And she wasn't saying that she wanted to escape from it. She was hurt and confused because someone she'd been with for 6 years suddenly became distant and withdrawn. She was worried about him, worried about her family. And how's the book going? Oh, we started again, and it was going really good. But then I remembered that I wanted to read to reply to Tofu because, you know, because of what happened in the second to last stream. It was really rude of me, and so I had to make it a public apology. And so this was his reply, which is really interesting. But I got distracted. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes I glitch picking up a pen. Sometimes also. Yeah. I made it here, got a notification. Yes, finally I made it. Yo, Mel, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? And Cack Attack, welcome back as well. Alright, so she was worried about him, worried about her family, and worried about what it would mean for her, their 5-year-old. Her husband wasn't abusive, toxic, mentally torturing, or anything. She said that she's had higher expectations from him, I guess, but he suddenly became kind of ignorant from being a family man. She even encouraged him to see a doctor because she thought something might be wrong, and when he kept putting it off, they eventually became part of the argument. So the situation wasn't really as simple as she's fine leaving a bad man, good for her. None of us even know yet whether they're actually getting divorced. I completely understand that you are coming from a place of wanting women to leave unhealthy relationships, and I understand that your own experiences may influence how you see situations like this. I'm not asking you to take my sister's side or her husband's side. I just wish you had asked what actually happened before celebrating something that to me was an extremely painful and uncertain situation. And I know you only gave you a tiny part of the story in the last stream, so I don't blame you for not understanding everything. I just wanted you to understand why I reacted the way I did. I appreciate your apology and I forgive you. Also appreciate that you said will keep my family in your du'as. I wasn't looking for you to solve anything. I just needed someone to listen and maybe tell me what I could do to help my sister. And humans can act unfair when they're deep on their emotions. So I apologize for anything I said bad about you. I didn't mean nothing bad. Thanks for being a stable and inspiring person to look up to. Caps. As I told you, I shortened my screen time, but whenever your stream notifications pop up, at my leisure time, I always come to say salam, and I will do inshallah. And you're right, since you didn't hurt someone or did anything bad intentionally, but also are guilty enough for that, that's the win for you. May Allah forgive all of our sins. That's all. I'll be there when I get time. I'm just being done. Assalamu alaikum. Qadim. Astaghfirullah. But yeah, may Allah forgive all of our sins. Because, sometimes, there's this hadith. I'll show you guys. So a person may speak a single word thoughtlessly without realizing its bad consequences or thinking it is harmless and fall down into the hellfire further than the distance between the east and the west. This is recorded in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. So it's really, really scary. Like how much we should be aware of the things we say and like hold our tongues and be careful with our wordings and be like that. Wait, that was not even the reply that I was supposed to reply to. Dang nabbit. Jojo, I need mod. Really, Richard? Who are you? Hey, kiddos. Hi, Jojo, I need mod. Caps. What are you reading? Hello, Lady Blue Boo. I don't know if I said hello like that. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. Oops, sorry. What is all this? Bruv, I can't even zoom out. This is so annoying. I was reading, what's it called? Tofu's reply. Because I was replying on his, story. Or his posts. And, like, he wrote this whole paragraph. Y'all could see it, too. It's not that one. Y'all know who I am. Who are you? Boom shakalaka. Yo, Mr. Macaroni! How's the book? If you forgot already. It's not El Mandel. I thought it was, what's her name? Mr. Macaroni, but it's probably not her, because that's... Oh, maybe it is. Maybe she's on her out. Anyways. I was gonna reply to that. But I read the wrong thing and it doesn't show it. Hold on. Let me try to see it again. Just open another tab on YouTube. No, but seriously, if your sister... What's the word? What's the thing? If your sister... I told him to... Should I be talking about this? I don't know. Should I just leave it? I know you said to leave it, but... Like, I just have to say it. Like, if your sister did her best and, like, told him to go seek therapy or see a doctor or whatever, and, like, he refused. He literally refused, and it took such a toll that it had to lead to something like that kind of a decision. Like, it says a lot. Like, it says a lot. Like, that's a bad man in my definition. If he's not willing to put his family first or listen to his wife when he genuinely needs help to seek therapy and all that jazz. But it is what it is. I don't want to, like, insult him if that, like, hurts you or anything, but... Forget it. Okay, sorry. Anyways, let's continue reading. I can't forget it, though. I read that whole thing. I have more to say. Okay, so that was your account, Mr. Macklin. That's a bad man. Every man is bad for you. That literally every man is bad then. Like, I'm not gonna change my perspective on what a good or bad man is, because, man, the bar is set in hell. Y'all can't even go above that. If you're putting Tofu's sister in such a position. Lord of the Rings. Yes, it's Mr. Pigeon. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And Musa Shabir. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the stream. Can you help? Help with what? You better be PG. You better be halal. Yo, King Haywood. Welcome back as well. How's it going? Okay, can we actually start? Yes. So were you here before? I don't know. Did I already ask that or? Okay. The leaves blew upward in sudden gusts of wind and spots of rain began to fall from the overcast sky. Then the wind died away and the rain came streaming down. They trudged along as fast as they could over patches of grass and through thick drifts of old leaves, and all about them the rain pattered and trickled. They did not talk but kept glancing back and from side to side. After half an hour, Pippin said, "I hope we have not turned too much towards the south and are not walking longside through this wood. It is not very broad. It's not a very broad belt. I should have said no more than a mile at the widest, and we ought to have been through it by now. It is no good our starting to go in zigzags," said Frodo. "That won't mend matters. Let us keep on as we are going. I'm not sure that I want to come out into the open yet." They went on for perhaps another couple of miles. Then the sun gleamed out of ragged clouds again and the rain lessened. It was now past midday, and they felt it was high time for lunch. They halted under an elm tree. Its leaves, though fast turning yellow, were still thick, and the ground at its feet was fairly dry and sheltered. When they came to make their meal, they found that the elves had filled their bottles with a clear drink, pale golden in color. It had the scent of honey made of many flowers, and was wonderfully refreshing. Ooh, put that on a Starbucks menu. Just kidding. Boycott Starbucks. Very soon, they were laughing and snapping their fingers at rain and at black riders. The last few miles they felt would soon be behind them. Frodo propped his back against the tree trunk and closed his eyes. Sam and Pippin sat near and began to hum and then to sing softly. "Ho, ho, ho, to the bottle I go, to heal my heart and drown my woe. Rain may fall and wind may blow, and many miles but still to go. But under a tall tree I will lie and let the clouds go sailing by." That's so wholesome, man. I don't know who called this book boring. Love Tolkien. Same, it's Mr. Pigeon. What's up? Not much. How's it going? How you doing? I'm doing good. Awesome, King Haywood. If you're good, I'm good. Being sexist and suddenly posting that 1K special vlog revolving around your Jack Jim Trader husband with 2 wives was quite a surprise. Listen, 2 things can exist at the same time. I mean, laws can exist. International laws can exist. Oh wait, actually I was gonna say Israel exists, but that's not true. Okay, maybe you have a point there, Toad. You have a point. I met my teacher, Toad, today. Aw, why'd you correct that? I wish you had a teacher who was a Toad. Are you like 40L? More like 40 divided by 4. You love reading because every time you start at live, it's just you reading. Yeah, exactly, King Haywood. You got the idea. This is a study channel, but because it's like still summer break, I don't have anything to study. I was studying for my summer classes, but there's like a gap in between summer classes and the official fall classes. So during this time, I'll just read. But in 3 days, my classes are gonna start. And I already see some assignments. I was wondering if I should start them now just to lessen the load, but I think that's a bit much. I'm probably gonna fail that class anyway. Astaghfirullah, no. Keep me in your du'as, guys. Like, I hope I don't fail anymore. I'm done failing. I hate school because of failing. Hi. Hello, playing with Lewis and Jason. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And King Haywood, why did you time him out? Lady disappeared. I'm not 10 either. No way. Still my topic. Yo, David Solomon, welcome back. Assalamu alaikum. How's it going? But toffee is really good. I don't blame it being stolen. When you hit 1 million, do you think you should do a face reveal? You know what? Let's do it. If I hit 1 million, I'll do a face reveal. You have my word. And if I forget, bring back this clip of this live stream. You won't be able to. Okay, the live streams are so spammy. You can't find anything in there. It's like a overcrowded camera roll gallery. Do you have the similarians too? No, I don't. I want to read that though. I heard really good things about that. But I have the entire Lord of the Rings series. So yeah, those are the 3 books. So I'm gonna finish those, and then I'm gonna finish another book that I got, which is the Malcolm X autobiography. But then after that, I'm planning to read the Similarians, inshallah. Your profile picture creeps me out, David. It's so small, like it's creepy, but you can't really see it. She ain't hitting million, bruh. This guy doesn't believe in me, y'all. Prove him wrong. Thanks, Tofu. It's Chucky Jr. Yeah, she is. Ah, thank you so much, King Haywood. Look at that, so supportive. That's why you're a mod, King. You should what? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna read that. Inshallah. Okay. Ho ho ho! They began again louder. They stopped short suddenly. Frodo sprang to his feet. A long drawn wail came down the wind like the cry of some evil and lonely creature. It rose and fell and ended on a high piercing note. Even as they sat and stood, as if suddenly frozen, it was answered by another cry, fainter and further off, but no less chill to the blood. There was then a silence, broken only by the sound of the wind in the leaves. And what do you think that was? Pippin asked at last, trying to speak lightly, but quavering a little. If it was a bird, it was only that I never heard in the Shire before. It was not a bird or beast. It was not bird or beast, said Frodo. It was a call or a signal. There were words in that cry, though I could not catch them, but no hobbit has such a voice. No more was said about it. They were all thinking of the riders, but no one spoke of them. They were now reluctant either to stay or go on. But sooner or later they had to go to get across the open country to the ferry, and it was best to go sooner and in daylight. In a few moments they had shouldered their packs again and were off. Before long the wood came to a sudden end. Wide grassland stretched before them. They now saw that they had, in fact, turned too much to the south. Away over the flats they could glimpse the low hill of Bucklebury across the river, but it was now to their left. Creeping cautiously out from the edge of the trees, they set off across the open as quickly as they could. At first they felt afraid, away from the shelter of the wood. Far back behind them stood the high place where they had breakfasted. Frodo half expected to see the small distant figure of a horseman on the ridge dark against the sky, but there was no sign of him. The sun escaping from the breaking clouds as it sank towards the hills they had left, was now shining brightly again. Their fear left them, though they still felt uneasy. But the land became steadily more tame and well-ordered. Soon they came into well-tended fields and meadows. There were hedges and gates and dikes for drainage. Everything seemed quiet and peaceful, just an ordinary corner of the Shire. Their spirits rose with every step. The line of the river grew nearer, and the black riders began to seem the phantoms of the woods now left far behind. Wow! Who has the best profile picture here? I think it's you, not gonna lie. If she's hitting 1,000,000, I'll show up outside her home. Sarcastic, I know, creep. I mean, this is the second time you said that, so I don't think that's sarcastic, actually. Who has, guys, I'm going to travel down the streams. Wish me luck. Oh my god, she's rowing her boat gently down the stream. I'll pray for you. What time do you think you'll be streaming? Not that school's starting again, Jojo. Yo, Ariel, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? I don't know, cause I do have to sleep early when school starts, so I can't stay up too late. But at the same time, like it's paradoxical because all the due dates are at midnight, so I naturally end up like staying up. But I'm gonna try to do it earlier though. Inshallah, maybe like 9 p.m. I don't know though. We'll see. Can you subscribe to my channel? I think I already did, King Haywood. Bro, King, you're a kiddo. Me? Bro, I'm not a kid. I use a 3-year-old. You might be right about that, King Harry. Hey, yo, oh my gosh, Kai! Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's been so long since you've been here. How's it going? Long time no see. I say this every time I know. True, true, true. Jojo, I never left to stream. Wait, really? I didn't see you join in. Oh, sorry. Did you get a phone, bro? Kai? How y'all doing? Nah, it's like not in like 2 years. That's crazy. We're in the big 2-6 and you don't have a phone. What is this? You, honestly, don't get a phone. It's the worst thing ever. Your individuality is gonna get sucked out of you. Bro, everyone's a mod here. True. Do you want mod? Do you want mod, Mr. Pigeon? 6 months passes. You said that, bro. I know, right? Dang. Who else is not mod here? Just Mr. Pigeon? That's so sad. And David Solomon. Yes, mod me. Okay, okay. There you go. Your blue crown. Doom scrollers advice, by the way. True. Yeah, I mean, where do you think I get all my thumbnails? Doom scrolling. Y'all should get me to 50 subs so I can go live. Yeah, everybody go subscribe to LA Sleepy XX. Why am I saying how's it going? It's muscle memory. Yeah, I know time flies. Also, I'm back. Yay! Okay, so let's continue. They passed along the edge of a huge turnip field and came to a stout gate. Beyond it, a rutted lane ran between low, well-laid hedges towards a distant clump of trees. Pippin stopped. I know these fields and this gate, he said. This is Bamfurlong, old farmer Maggot's land. That's his farm away there in the trees. One trouble after another, said Frodo, looking nearly as much alarmed as if Pippin had declared the lane was a slough leading to a dragon's den. The others looked at him in surprise. What's wrong with old Maggot? Asked Pippin. He's a good friend to all the Brandybucks. Of course, he's a terror to trespassers and keeps ferocious dogs. But after all, folk down here are near the border and have to be more on their guard. I know, said Frodo, but all the same, he added with a shamefaced laugh. I'm terrified of him and his dogs. I have avoided his farm for years and years. He caught me several times trespassing after mushrooms when I was a youngster at Brandy Hall. On the last occasion, he beat me, and then he took me and showed me to his dogs. See, lads, he said, next time this young varmint sets foot on my land, you can eat him. Now see him off. They chased me all the way to the ferry. I have never got over the fright, though I dare say the beasts knew their business and would not really have touched me. Pippin laughed. Well, it's time you made it up, especially if you're coming back to live in Buckland. Old Maggot is really a stout fellow if you leave his mushrooms alone. Let's get into the lane, and then we shan't be trespassing. If we meet him, I'll do the talking. He's a friend of Mary's, and I used to come here with him a good deal at one time. It's Mo Jojo. Sometimes your thumbnails can be cringy, Bojo. Like, which one? What is the current thumbnail? The current thumbnail, let's take a look. Should we? Well, I think it's for the best. I started doing many things, like knitting and learning more about Islam. Awesome. We love that. We love people who use their time wisely. Like Kai. So my current thumbnail, apparently the only place left without ads is a book. How is that cringy? It's probably not this one you're talking about. Which one is cringy? I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking of one. No, I actually stopped, like, for 1 month. I thought Tofu stopped going to Dre's streams. It wasn't me entering lives every 2 months. Yeah, he did stop for a bit. My memory sucks. Stopped coming to the streams. Helicopter. Oh, and something bad happened, Kai. Can't wait for the hunt of Gollum. Oh yeah, let's keep reading. Wait, isn't that hunt for Gollum in the Hobbit? So they're gonna see him again? Ooh, interesting. They went along the lane until they saw the thatched roofs of a large house and farm buildings peeping out among the trees, and the inhabitants of the Marish were house dwellers on this farm was stoutly built of bricks of brick and had a high wall all around it. There was a wide wooden gate opening out of the wall into the lane. Suddenly, as they drew nearer, a terrific bang and barking broke out, and a loud voice was heard shouting, "Grip, Thing, Wolf, come on, lads!" That must be him, with his dogs. Frodo and Sam stopped dead, but Pippin walked on a few paces. The gate opened and 3 huge dogs came pelting out into the lane and dashed towards the travelers, barking fiercely. They took no notice of Pippin, but Sam shrank against the wall, while 2 wolfish-looking dogs sniffed at him suspiciously and snarled if he moved. The largest and most ferocious of the 3 halted in front of Frodo, bristling and growling. Through the gate there would now appeared a broad, thick-set hobbit with a round, red face. "Hallo, hallo! And who may you be? And what may you be wanting?" he asked. "Good afternoon, Mr. Maggot," said Pippin. The farmer looked at him closely. "Well, if it isn't Master Pippin, Mr. Peregrine Took, I should say," he cried, changing from a scowl to a grin. "It's a long time since I saw you round here. It's lucky for you that I know you. I was just going out to set my dogs on any strangers. There's some funny things going on today. Of course, we did get queer folk wandering in these parts at times. Too near the river," he said, shaking his head. "But this fellow was the most outlandish I have ever set eyes on. He won't cross my land without leave a second time, not if I could stop it." "What fellow do you mean?" asked Pippin. "Then you haven't seen him?" said the farmer. "He went up the lane towards the causeway not a long while back. He was a funny customer and asking funny questions. But perhaps he'll come along inside, and we'll pass the news more comfortable. I've a drop of good ale on tap, if you and your friends are willing, Mr. Took." It seemed plain that the farmer would tell them more, if allowed to do in his own time and fashion, so they all accepted the invitation. "What about the dogs?" asked Frodo anxiously. The farmer laughed. "They won't harm you, not unless I tell them to. Here, Grip, Fang, heel," he cried. "Heel, Wolf!" To the relief of Frodo and Sam, the dogs walked away and let them go free. Pippin introduced the other 2 to the farmer. "Mr. Frodo Baggins," he said. "You may not remember him, but he used to live at Brandy Hollow." And the name Baggins the farmer started and gave Frodo a sharp glance. For a moment Frodo thought that the memory of stolen mushrooms had been aroused, and that the dogs would be told to see him off, but Farmer Maggot took him by the arm. "Well, if this isn't queerer than ever," he exclaimed. "Mr. Baggins, is it? Come inside. We must have a talk." They went into the farmer's kitchen and sat by the wide fireplace. Mr. Maggot brought out beer in a huge jug and filled 4 large mugs. It was a good brew, and Pippin found himself more than compensated for missing the golden perch. Sam sipped his beer suspiciously. He had a natural mistrust of the inhabitants of other parts of the Shire, and also he was not disposed to be quick friends with anyone who had beaten his master, however long ago. After a few remarks about the weather and the agricultural prospects, which were no worse than usual, Farmer Maggot put down his mug and looked at them all in turn. "Now, Mr. Peregrine," he said, "where might you be coming from, and where might you be going to? Were you coming to visit me? For if so, you had gone past my gate without me seeing you." "Well, no," answered Pippin. "To tell you the truth, since you have guessed it, we got into the lane from the other end. We had come over your fields, but that was quite by accident. We lost our way into the woods back near Woodhall, trying to take a shortcut to the ferry." "If you were in a hurry, the road would have served you better," said the farmer, "but I wasn't worried about that. You have leave to walk over my land, if you have a mind, Mr. Peregrine. And you, Mr. Baggins, though I dare say you still like mushrooms," he laughed. "Ah, yes, I recognize that name. I recollect the time when young Frodo Baggins was one of the worst young rascals of Buckland, but it wasn't mushroom I was thinking of. I had just heard of the name Baggins before you turned up. What do you think that funny customer asked me?" They waited anxiously for him to go on. "Well," the farmer continued, approaching his point with slow relish, "he came riding on a big black horse at the gate, which happened to be open, and right up to my door. All black he was himself too, and cloaked and hooded up as if he did not want to be known. Now, what in the Shire can he want? I thought to myself, we don't see many of the big folk over the border. And anyway, I had never heard of any like this black fellow. Good day to you, I says, going out to him. This lane don't lead anywhere, and wherever you may be going, your quickest way will be back to the road. I didn't like the looks of him, and when Grip came out, he took one sniff and let out a yelp as if he had been stung. He put down his tail and bolted off howling. The black fellow sat quite still. What? Okay, so he's saying what happened. This is not something that happened right now. Good day to you, I say, going out to the lane doesn't lead anywhere. I didn't like the looks of him. And Grip came and he took one step of yelp as if he had been stung. I come from yonder, he said, slow and stiff-like, pointing back west over my fields, if you please. Have you seen Baggins? He asked in a queer voice and bent down towards me. I could not see any face, for his hood fell down so low and I felt a sort of shiver down my back. But I did not see why he should come riding over my land so bold. Be off, I said. There are no Bagginses here. You're in the wrong part of the shire. You had better go back west to Hobbiton, but you can go by road this time. Baggins has left, he answered in a whisper. He is coming. He's not far away. I wish to find him. If he passes, will you tell me? I'll come back with gold. No, you won't, I said. You'll go back where you belong. Double quick. I give you 1 minute before I call all my dogs. He gave a sort of hiss. He might have been laughing, and it might not. Then he spurred his great horse right at me. Whoa, this is crazy. Came face to face with that guy. Assalamu alaikum. Bro, Joy's like pushing 30. More like 50. Why is my age the talk of the town? Like, it's like a perpetual conversation start. It's like if you go to somebody's house and you're like shy, you're like twiddling your fingers and you'd be like, so how old do you think Joy is? And then everybody's gonna be friends. It's like the biggest icebreaker. Like, come on, bro. True, bruh. She spoiled it for the best. It's for the best. Who's spoiled? Oh, really? So early? I wanted to, but now it's like, yeah, cousin gets married. Yeah. Well, tell him in 3 months I come back to. I'm still alive. What? Kai, you gotta come back in 3 months? That's crazy. I want to tell something interesting, but I'll wait. Say it. I can't wait. Because you're either old or young. Dre is unk? Oh my days. See, the people are more curious now. What do you mean tweaking your nails? I'm not tweaking, I said twiddling. You know, like when... Yeah, have you seen those emojis? Like, you're just like shy. Like this. Anyways. Was Kai... Did Kai already leave? That's crazy. I see y'all in 3 months to tell. Oh my days. He actually left. Most likely old. Bruh. What? Y'all just roasted me. Actually, no. Old is not bad. Embrace your old age, guys, before you actually turn old. Think of yourself in your future position. Put yourself in your old self's shoes, because you're gonna have to act your age at some point, right? It's better to act older than your age than to act younger than your age. It's so cringy to act younger than you are. It's like, who do you think you are? You're too old for this. But you wouldn't ever hear you're too old for this if you act old. You know what I'm saying? If you embrace it, if people call you old, it's like, yes, my hobbies are gardening, baking sourdough. I've never made sourdough in my life, but just imagine I do. And then all the grandma hobbies, like, they're so chill. Like, everyone makes fun of grandmas, like, oh, you dress like a grandma, but in the end, they dress like that anyways, because it's the coziest, it's most comfortable, it's the most cute. Just for information, Jojo, I'm getting EP. So yeah, it is 11 p.m. So feel free to go to sleep. It's okay. I appreciate you being in the stream. Just read. Okay, fine. Jeez. I don't even know what I was talking about. Where did I stop? Okay. Next stage. I gotta go, everyone. I'm 11 to 15. So old. You know what? If you think that's old, your brain is actually like really what's the word? Underdeveloped, which is not good. You know, most people, they spend their youth playing video games like Minecraft, so it's not bad to play Minecraft. I'm saying, like, in proportions, like it's okay to do it, like in moderation, but we don't have that self control. Minecraft is addicting like that. It's like, no, I need to play at least 8 hours a day, and then you play 8 hours a day. Before you know it, you spent 1,000 hours playing video games. Just per video game, you have more than one video game to play. And what does that mean? 1,000 hours. That's like how many days? That's literally 200 days or something. I don't know. Like, but that's literally one whole year. Like you could have done so much more developing and your brain new experiences, but you spent it behind the screen. So your brain actually thinks you're younger than you are. So that's why you gotta quit that. Expired. Never mind. I'm not going. Okay. How's making sourdough a hobby? It goes to baking or cooking. That is still a hobby. Cooking and baking is a hobby. Even though it's essential, it's still a hobby to be like in the food culinary world. Expired subscription. How's that a surprise? What's a surprise? Okay. Then he spurred his great horse right at me, and I jumped out of the way only just in time. I called the dogs, but he swung off and rode through the gate and up the lane towards the causeway like a bolt of thunder. What do you think of that? Frodo sat for a moment looking at the fire, but his only thought was how on earth would they reach the ferry? I don't know what to think, he said at last. Then I'll tell you what to think, said Maggot. You should never have gone mixing yourself up with hobbits and folk, Mr. Frodo. Folk are queer up there. Sam stirred in his chair and looked at the farmer with an unfriendly eye. But you were always a reckless lad. When I heard you had left Brandybucks and gone off to that old Mr. Bilbo, I said that you were going to find trouble. Mark my words, this all comes of those strange doings of Mr. Bilbo's. His money was got in some strange fashion in foreign parts, they say. Maybe there's some that want to know what has become of the gold and jewels that he buried in the hill of Hobbiton, as I hear. Frodo said nothing. The shrewd guesses of the farmer were rather disconcerting. Well, Mr. Frodo, Maggot went on, I'm glad that you've had the sense to come back to Buckland. My advice is, stay there, and don't get mixed up with these outlandish folk. You'll have friends in these parts. If any of these black fellows come after you again, I'll deal with them. I'll say you're dead and have left the Shire or anything you like. And that might be true enough. For as like as not, it is old Mr. Bilbo they want news of. Maybe you're right, said Frodo, avoiding the farmer's eyes and staring at the fire. Maggot looked at him thoughtfully. Well, I see you have ideas of your own, he said. It is as plain as my nose that no accident brought you and that rider here on the same afternoon. And maybe my news was no great news to you after all. I'm not asking you to tell me anything you have in mind to keep to yourself, but I see you're in some kind of trouble. Perhaps you were thinking it won't be too easy to get to the ferry without being caught? I was thinking so, said Frodo, but we have got to try and get there, and it won't be done by sitting and thinking. So I'm afraid we must be going. Thank you very much indeed for your kindness. I've been in terror of you and your dogs for over 30 years, Farmer Maggot, though you may laugh to hear it. It's a pity, for I've missed a good friend, and now I'm sorry to leave so soon, but I'll come back perhaps one day, if I get the chance. You'll be welcome when you come, said Maggot, but now I've a notion. It's near sundown already, and we are going to have our supper, for we mostly go to bed soon after the sun. If you and Mr. Peregrine and all could stay and have a bite with us, we would be pleased. And so should we, said Frodo. But we must be going at once, I'm afraid. Even now it will be dark before we can reach the ferry. Ah, but wait a minute. I was gonna say, after a bit of supper, I'll get out a small wagon and I'll drive you to the ferry. That will save you a good step, and it might also save you trouble of another sort. Frodo now accepted the invitation gratefully, to the relief of Pippin and Sam. The sun was already behind the western hills, and the light was failing. Two of Maggot's sons and his 3 daughters came in, and a generous supper was laid on the large table. The kitchen was lit with candles, and the fire was mended. Mr. Maggot bustled in and out. 1 or 2 other hobbits belonging to the farm household came in. In a short while, 14 sat down to eat. There was beer in plenty and a mighty dish of mushrooms and bacon, besides much other solid farmhouse fare. The dogs lay by the fire and gnawed rinds and cracked bones. When they had finished, the farmer and his sons went out with a lantern and got the wagon ready. It was dark in the yard when the guests came out. They threw their packs on board and climbed in. The farmer sat in the driving seat and whipped up his two stout ponies. His wife stood in the light of the open door. "You be careful of yourself, Maggie," she called. "Don't go arguing with any foreigners and come straight back." "I will," said he, and drove out of the gate. There was now no breath of wind stirring, still quiet and a chill. According to Julia, my brain is underdeveloped. I mean, don't take it too personally, but that is the case with most gamers and most people nowadays. I mean, even me, I'm saying this because it applies to myself first and foremost, because the amount of time I spent gaming is more than 1,000 hours. Like, I'm saying this from my own experience, yo. Like, my brain is underdeveloped because I spent too much time gaming. I was even gaming today, and I was thinking about it. I was like, how did I have no sense of time when I was playing this? Like, right now, I was playing for so many ranked games, and like, it was so fun. I was like, oh my gosh, I could play this forever and ever. I'm like, that's the problem. They make it that way. Like, you could play forever, and even if you lose, you're like, nah, I'll get it the next time. But that's how ranked matches are. It's just like really addicting. By the way, you're doing okay now, Tova. I saw Dre reading your reply. You went through quite a bad episode of life. Are you doing okay? Things are kind of neutral now, I guess. I hope it'll be something good. Oh, good to hear, inshallah. Everything will be good. Yeah, inshallah. I'm underdeveloped when I'm in the stream. You're actually growing your brain when you're in the stream, because reading, even audible books, it does increase your brain. Because you have to process every word. You can't just listen and not understand. Like, you have a listening ear when you come to the stream. So, the brain is still working. I guess your hand-eye coordination could improve when you're playing video games. And somebody actually used to play what's the word, like racing games, and it helped him become an actual racer in real life. So unless you're doing something like that with your time playing games, where you could either build connections or build a career out of it, or something valuable from playing games, it's a waste of time if you don't do that. What is you on about ATG? Me? I'm not a big gamer. When did I say that? No, I'm just saying, like, in general. Because if it's not gaming, it's doom scrolling. If it's not doom scrolling, it's watching a show. If it's not watching a show, it's something to do with the internet. It's like the internet is our biggest enemy nowadays. So people can call you old, but the brain, the heart, is much younger because of the lack of experiences. These books, literally 12-year-olds and 15-year-olds and like really young people, and even younger than that, like, they already read this. Because what is the reading age for this? Well, there's no reading age. It's for everybody. I never said that. Just not studying. I know. So when you play Scribble for 2 hours straight. Oh, okay. Well, that's also a benefit in the community. You know, community matters. That's actually creating new neural pathways. It's training your brain to be artistic. Hobbies. See, hobbies, they are good for you because they reduce your attachment to people who would otherwise take over your brain, like an infection, like a brain disease. Because you get to distract yourself with the, drawing or whatever your hobbies are. People can call you old. People do call you old. How's my homeboy Gerald? I'm looking at him right now. He's cuter than ever. Gerald. He's so beautiful. Like, if you look at him in a microscope, you wouldn't be able to take your eyes off of it. SubhanAllah. Like, I already can't take my eyes off it. Like, y'all are worried about some golden ring that makes you invisible, or like the Philosopher's Stone from Harry Potter. Nah, this is where it's at. I lost 3 brain cells just now. You didn't need them anyways. Alright? We're gonna build more brain cells to replace your weak old ones. That's called pruning. When you cut the leaves, anyways, you'll see what I mean when you get your new brain cells. Right now you probably won't be able to because you don't have any left. How's Gerald? He's you just saw him. This is Gerald. I remember Jojo broke Gerald's booty. I took the exact time it broke. That was the shortest live stream I ever did. It was a really, really sad day. That was traumatic. Like, anyways. I will say he and drove out of the gate. There was now no breath of wind stirring. The night was still chill was in the air. They went without lights and took it slowly. After a mile or two, the lane came to an end, crossing a deep dike and climbing a short slope up on to the high-banked causeway. Maggie got down and took a good look either way, north and south, but nothing could be seen in the darkness, and there was not a sound in the still air. Thin strands of river mist were hanging above the dikes and crawling over the fields. It was gonna be thick, said Maggot, but I'll not light my lanterns till I turn for home. We'll hear anything on the road long before we meet it tonight. It was 5 miles or more from Maggot's Lane to the ferry. The hobbits wrapped themselves up by their ears, but their ears were strained for any sound above the creak of the wheels and the slow clop of the ponies' hoofs. The wagon seemed slower than a snail to Frodo. Besides him, Pippin was nodding towards sleep, but Sam was staring forwards into the rising fog. So Pippin was trying not to sleep so he doesn't break his wudu. What book are you reading? Hello, Unmasked 1999. We're reading The Fellowship of the Ring. So this is Lord of the Rings book. I'll be crying if I was I couldn't sleep that night. Really? I mean, valid reaction. I'm back. Yo, King Haywood, welcome back. Read 50 Shades of Grey. Astaghfirullah, Habin Bob. This is a Muslim channel, by the way. So we're very, very high-end here. We're PG to the max. We're more PG than PG. Y'all see those PG like movies or like shows for kids nowadays? It's so inappropriate. I was watching Rugrats, and they show so much nudity. Like everybody's pants are down, and it's actually so bad. And those are like old shows. I don't even know about the new ones. What's the date there? 17th. I was slow deleting that gang. Sorry. There's my pants are down. Yeah, I mean, that's not PG, bro. They reached the entrance to the ferry lane at last. It was marked by 2 tall white posts that suddenly loomed on their right. Farmer Maggot drew in his ponies, and the wagon creaked to a halt. They were just beginning to scramble out when suddenly they heard what they had all been dreading. Hooves on the road ahead. The sound was coming towards them. Oh my god, this shadowy guy is literally the biggest pain in the neck, because we're almost done with the chapter. That's insane, because he's literally so scary, bro. It's hard to read. Sorry, I was brushing my teeth. Do not ever apologize for brushing your teeth, alright? When you get braces, you have to brush every time you eat. I'm so bored. Don't be bored, guys. Listen to the story. It's not boring, I swear. At least not to me. Allah Akbar, boom. That's one way to say it. Self-calculus. Bro, I'm done with calculus. I did so much. I did up to complex variables. Like, I'll probably have to do calculus again, though, when my classes start again. Because it's such a basic math. It's needed for everything. I'm like, dang, this is basic? Like, that's crazy. Like, I thought it was complicated. but it's like the bare minimum for these upper classes. It's like you can't do anything without knowing some calculus. Guys, should I go on a studying grant before school so I can skip a grade? I mean, from somebody who already skipped a couple of grades, don't rush it. All right, you're not gonna fit into your class with your classmates if you skip grades. You may think it's cool that you're saving your life. Nah, you're not gonna save any time. Time does not go faster if you skip grades. You're still gonna have to spend all the time studying in the world that you need to. So just like pace yourself. It's fine. The story isn't boring. Maybe the host, no? Yo, somebody ban him. Who is managing mod here? Mr. Penguin, stop, put him on timeout right now. Chat, Whammy audiobook has a happy break every 2 minutes. I don't know. Like, every time I just look at the chat, I'm getting roasted. I'm like, oh, then I go back to reading. Okay. We're almost done with the chapter, though. After this, I'm gonna end the stream. So. Maggie jumped down and stood holding the pony's heads and peering forward into the gloom. Clip clop came the approaching rider. The fall of the hooves sounded loud in the still foggy air. "You'd better be hidden, Mr. Frodo," said Sam anxiously. "You get down in the wagon and cover up with blankets, and we'll send this rider to the rightabouts." He climbed out and went to the farmer's side. Black riders would have to ride over him to get near the wagon. Clop, 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 clop. The rider was nearly on them. "Hello there," called Farmer Maggot. The advancing hooves stopped short. They thought they could dimly guess a dark cloaked shape in the mist, a yard or two ahead. "Now then," said the farmer, throwing the reins to Sam and striding forward. "Don't you come a step nearer. What do you want, and where are you going?" "I want Mr. Baggins. Have you seen him?" said a muffled voice, but the voice was the voice of Mary Brandybuck. A dark lantern was uncovered, and its light fell on the astonished face of the farmer. "Mr. Mary!" he cried. "Yes, of course. Who do you think it was?" said Mary, coming forward. As he came out of the mists and their fears subsided, he seemed suddenly to diminish to ordinary hobbit size. He was riding a pony, and his scarf was swathed round his neck and over his chin to keep out the fog. Frodo sprang out of the wagon to greet him. "So there you are at last," said Mary. "I was beginning to wonder if you would turn up at all today, and I was just going back to supper. When it grew foggy, I came across and rode up towards Stock to see if you had fallen in any ditches, but I'm blessed if I know which way you have come." "Where did you find them, Mr. Maggot? In your duck pond?" "No, I caught him trespassing," said the farmer. "I nearly set my dogs on him, but they'll tell you all the story, I've no doubt. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Mary and Mr. Frodo and all, I'd best be turning for home. Mr. Maggot will be Mrs. Maggot will be wording with the night getting thick." He backed the wagon into the lane and turned it. "Well, good night to you all," he said. "It's been a queer day, and no mistake, but all's well as ends well. Though perhaps we should not say that until we reach out on our own doors. I'll not deny that I'll be glad now when I do." He lit his lanterns and got up. Suddenly, he produced a large basket from under the seat. "I was nearly forgetting," he said. "Mrs. Maggot put this up for Mr. Baggins, with her compliments." He handed it down and moved off, followed by a chorus of thanks and good nights. They watched the pale rings of light round his lanterns as they dwindled into the foggy night. Suddenly, Frodo laughed. From the covered blanket he held, the scent of mushroom was rising. So that was the basket. Wow, that's such a cute chapter, man. Bro, the classic books are the best. Nothing can beat this. But we're in chapter 5 now. We're literally halfway there. Why did you time me out? Oh dang, Tofu's got managing mod. Here you go, I timed out a mod. Bro, who gave him managing mod? That's too much. Who needs a new dad? Me! Where can I get a new dad? I know Jojo answered. Hey kiddos, Chim Chim went to get a trim. Bro, I forgot about that Chim Chim. Guys, who loves their dad? Chirp, cricket chirp noises. Anything else? Any comments on the book? On the Mr. Pigeon? No? Alright. So, yeah, that's the end of chapter 4. It's literally in my description. Okay. Well, yeah. Should I read some of chapter 5? I don't know. What language is this? This is English. and welcome to the stream, Midlander NC. How's it going? Nobody was paying attention to the book, bro. What y'all even doing? Maybe a little bit of chapter 5. Let's see how big this is. Oh, it's not that big at all. 135, 122. Read more. Okay, fine. P5 full poem. The Conspiracy Unmasked. Chapter 5. Now we had better get home ourselves, said Mary. There's something funny about all this, I see, but it must wait till we get in. They turned down the ferry lane, which was straight and well kept and edged with large whitewashed stones. In 100 yards or so it brought them to the river bank, where there was a broad wooden landing stage. A large flat ferry boat was moored beside it. The white bollards near the water's edge glimmered in the light of 2 lamps on high posts. Beside them, the mists in the flat fields were now above the hedges, but the water before them was dark, with only a few curling wisps like steam among the reeds by the bank. There seemed to be less fog on the further side. Mary led the pony over a gangway on to the ferry, and the others followed. Mary then pushed slowly off with a long pole. The Brandywine flowed slow and broad before them. On the other side, the bank was steep, and up it was a winding path climbed from the further landing. Lamps were twinkling there. Behind loomed up the Buck Hill, and out of it, through stray shrouds of mist, shone many round windows, yellow and red. They were the windows of Brandy Hall, the ancient home of the Brandy books. Yo, reading books like this, like, literally, like, lights up your whole imagination. Like, can you just imagine what that looks like? Really cool. Bye, y'all. I ate 3 whole ice creams today. Big bag, big bag. Yeah, my back is so big. But don't eat 3. What are you doing? Make sure today's the last day you ever hit that 3 mark of your quota of ice cream today. That's so bad. You probably mean like those small vanilla cups, right? From like Walmart or something. Can't be that much. Shut the front door. Okay, fine. Okay. I actually have to stop here now because it's like getting really late. Julia, you're so rude. Oops, sorry. Just kidding. No, but seriously. Don't eat too much. It's for your own good. You call me a big back and broke. See, you gotta put up with this if you want to, okay, fine. I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry. But, like, that is big back, though. If you think about it. Like, if you just, like, think about it for a little bit. Hello, Speedy X7. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Bye, I'm bored. I'm about to go to sleep. Even though I'm not sleepy, I'm just bored. But I'm kind of bored, too. This audiobook is a crazy chat. I'm about to dip my elbow in sriracha and fist fight a deer. Bro, Shower, that's weird. Hey, she's not rude. She's a nice young girl. Thank you so much. She's old. Never mind. Old people say stuff. Yeah, don't mind the old people. Like, The oldness in me. I only buy 99.9% of my stuff from Walmart. I love Walmart, bro. If I go to Target, I'ma just like have that stank face on my face the whole time. Like Walmart would never rip me off like that. Nice young girl, lol. Bruh. How's that unbelievable? Okay, I'm gonna end it here. I've been yapping actually too much today, guys. Thank you so much for putting up with me, and don't be big backs. If there's anything to take away since y'all don't listen to the book, it's this. Let today be the last time you eat 3 ice creams in the day. I'm serious, y'all. Take care of your health before your health takes care of you. Or, anyways, why I could set up. Shut it. No, big.